Hey everyone, and welcome back. It's great to have you with us again for another deep dive. And wow, this one is particularly fascinating, hitting on a theme I know resonates with a lot of you, transformation.
Transformation, yeah, it's a big one. And it's something that, we see throughout history, across cultures, and at different points in our own lives.
Absolutely. And what's really got me thinking today is this idea of a specific time frame for transformation, this idea of 40 days of transformation.
Yeah, 40 days. It's a curious number, isn't it? And it comes up time and time again, especially in the Bible, which is where a lot of the excerpts you sent me come from.
Right. Like it's not just a random amount of time. It feels weighted, intentional. You've got Noah on the ark for 40 days and nights, the Israelites wandering the desert for 40 years, and of course, Jesus in the wilderness for, you guessed it, 40 days.
Exactly. And even outside of the Bible, in ancient Near Eastern cultures, 40 often symbolized a period of testing, preparation, a kind of symbolic transition. Like it wasn't just about the literal time frame, but about what it represented.
Okay, so we're sensing a theme here, 40 days, as this marker of significant change.
Yeah.
But for those listening, it's easy to get stuck in the history of it all. What does this actually look like practically? Like, how do we apply this ancient wisdom to our modern lives?
Right, that's the million-dollar question. And thankfully, the text you've been exploring gives us a few concrete starting points, a sort of roadmap for this 40-day journey.
Okay, so let's dive into those. The first one that jumped out at me was this idea of removing distractions, creating what the text calls a sacred space.
Hmm.
But how do we even begin to do that in today's world? We're constantly bombarded with information, with stimulation.
It's true. It's like we're always plugged in, always on. But, it doesn't necessarily have to be about completely unplugging, becoming a hermit or something. It's more about being mindful. Maybe it's designating specific times to disconnect from technology, being selective about the news you consume, or setting boundaries around social media.
It's about creating some breathing room in our lives,
Yeah,
some mental and emotional space for stillness and reflection, right?
absolutely. It's about being intentional with our time and energy, creating space for those things that nourish our souls.
Okay, that makes sense. Now, the second step, opening your heart, that feels big, maybe even a little daunting.
Definitely. It requires a certain vulnerability, doesn't it? It's about approaching this journey not as an expert, not with all the answers, but with humility, with a willingness to learn and grow.
It's about approaching it with an open mind, right? Letting go of those preconceived notions and biases we all carry around.
Exactly. It's about being open to new perspectives, new ways of thinking, and seeing the world.
That's powerful. Okay, last but not least, we've got the third step, daily routines of thanksgiving and reflection. I always think about this in terms of building healthy habits, both physically and spiritually.
I think that's a great comparison because just like with any other habit, consistency is key. It's not about these grand sweeping gestures, but about incorporating small, meaningful practices into our everyday lives. Like even just taking a few minutes each day to express gratitude or reflect on our experiences can make a huge difference over time.
It's like building that spiritual muscle memory, right?
Exactly. The more we engage in these practices, the more natural they become.
This has been so insightful. But now I'm curious, what resonates most with you? If you had to pick one of these steps to focus on in your own life, which one would it be?
Honestly, it's probably that first one, creating space. It's so easy to get caught up in the busyness of life, to feel overwhelmed by it all. For me, that intentional act of creating space, whether it's through meditation, spending time in nature, or simply disconnecting from technology, that's what allows me to connect with something deeper, something beyond the noise.
That's beautifully put. And it makes me think about something this text emphasizes. It's not about achieving some perfect state of transformation. It's a journey, a process of continual growth and evolution.
And it's a very personal journey. What works for one person might not work for another. So it's about finding those practices that resonate with you, that help you cultivate a sense of peace, purpose, and connection in your own life.
I love that. So to everyone listening, as you go about your week, consider this. If you were to embark on your own 40 days of transformation, what would be your focus and what single step could you take today to begin?